Hey guys, what's up, jjaaxxthelegend here, and today I'm here with another Minecraft redstone tutorial. Now, in this week's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a Minecraft automatic honeycomb end, so it's and honey bottle farm. So let's have a look at it. So if I turn around here and head into my shop, you can see we've got a nice little hot cafe area where you can order yourself some honey products, maybe like a bottle of honey, and have a little sit down. But behind this glass wall here, we have our actual farm. So let me have a look on to here. So right now, this is only harvesting honey bottles. However, it can very easily also harvest a honeycomb by just changing it from bottles to shears. So I'll show you how to do both in the tutorial. But it's really simple design and it's pretty easily hidden, as you can see. So what happens is that there are 3 bees per hive, so I have a total of 12 bees, as I have 4 hives here. I believe, yeah, these are hives, not nests. What will happen is the bee will get let out of its hive, get pollen, then go back into the hive. Now, each time it goes back into the hive and creates honey, the honey level will go up by 1, and then if I open to spectator mode, if I don't use capitals, open to spectator mode, you can see behind here we have a comparator which detects the honey level. And then once it gets to honey level 5, that's when we'll power it, because we've got 5 pieces of redstone just like over here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if it gets to 5, it'll officially power it. That's all we've got on all of these, and you can see we've got a little bit already, but these farms are reasonably new, as I've only just put these in. Okay, so now, but before we go on to the redstone mod, I'd just like to show you this cool little invention thing at the top here. If you are wondering how you could decorate your honey shop or honey farm, you could always put a little lab like I've got up here, or a research and production plan. We've got honey fresh off the tap. We have the honey heater 3000. If you'd like to see a tutorial on this, make sure to leave a comment down below, where it essentially makes it look like this honey block is being turned into honeycomb, then another piece of honey is being placed back. We've got lots of honey sort of tunnels. We have all the different flower types. We have the lily of the valley, the oxy daisy, Greg, azure blue, and the white tulip. Oh, this hasn't been dyed. I've got to quickly do that with the banana dye. There we go. So yeah, you can decorate these in multiple different ways, or you can just have an industrial farm. But I think decorating your honey farms and your farms with different shops is always a fun way to do it. Anyway, now we need to actually have a look at the full redstone behind it. That's probably easier to see on my redstone flat world. So I will see you guys over there. Okay, so here we have the redstoning behind this bee farm. It's not that much, just a few comparators, some hoppers, etc. So what normally happens when you have a bottle in the dispenser with honey, if you have, say, 1 bottle of just glass bottle, place it in the dispenser and there's honey in here. Let me just grab a debug stick, and I raise up the level. Hold on, let me just change that. If I raise the level up to 5, where you'll see the change, then I just have to update this comparator. You can see it'll dispense it. However, it will not go into this chest and hopper. It'll stay in that dispenser. So to make that work, we got to have some bottles. Instead of having 1 in each, we got to have multiple. Because that means, again, if I change this level up to 5 and then just cause a block update around here, it'll actually go into our chest because there's no room in this dispenser. That's why we have this chest on top, to make sure it's nice and full. Now, the difference is with honeycomb, you don't have that issue, as shears will not break after quite a while. So if I get shears and just get a few of them, get like, say, 9, all you have to do here is just place 9 of those shears instead of putting, like, say, 3 or 4 in each slot of glass bottles. And then, oh, I cleared my debug stick. And then again, put it up to 5, make a block update, and then the honeycomb will go into the chest. Now you can get up to, I believe it's 3 or 4 honeycomb per shearing. If you want more information on this, make sure to go check out my bee information video, where I list all of the bees' health, the honey, the drops, etc. Before we start the tutorial, make sure to grab these materials that will appear on your screen now. Okay, let's get going. Let's start by grabbing out a chest and placing it like so. So it's on its side, so the side is facing towards the front. Then place 2 hoppers going into each side like this, and beehives on top of them. Now, coming out of each hopper, place 3 blocks. Put 1 diagonally up and do that again, but coming back towards the beehive. So you sort of get a little staircase, a very wide staircase. and place a comparator coming out of those beehives and redstone on the rest of the yellow blocks. Now directly here on top of this first piece of redstone, place a piece of yellow concrete on both sides again. Remember, this is symmetrical, so anything I do on one side will happen on the other. Then place a dispenser behind the beehive, so it's facing into the beehive like this. You can see it's facing into it, with a hopper on top, and then chests on top of that hopper coming towards the front. Now these chests here will be used to place your bottles or shears, and then the chest at the bottom will be where your honey or honeycomb goes. Now you finished the redstoning. You just have to fill in up these chests, the chests and the dispensers, and then you're off to go. Well, not really, because you do have to do a little bit of decorating to make sure the bees can't escape. My favorite way to do this is to do this. My favorite way to decorate it is to do this. Start by covering up everything except for the honey and the chests. So just go around everything else. Oop, that was a hive. I'm just going to be doing it with some oak planks. Then what you want to do is break this block right here, grab out a stair, come right around to the back and place it upside down like this. Because that means you can now open your chest, but it looks like there's an actual block there. Because if there was an actual block there, you can see we can't actually open it. Let me just place that stair back. You can do the same at the top here if you just want it to look like there's a block there, as you can see. And there you have your decorated sort of farm. Now you need to grab out some glass, some grass, and some flowers. So I'll just use some cornflowers. Then just want to make a sort of glass cage around here. It can be as big or as small as you like. Just don't make it too big, because otherwise you might have some bee issues with them not being able to get back to their hive. I'm just going to make it a few blocks tall just so it can go all the way to the top and you can get your honey and refill your chests, etc. from inside of the hive. Okay, so now I am finished this glass part. I'm going to be adding in the grass blocks down at the bottom here and adding in some flowers, and then I'll show you how you need to fill up the dispensers to get started. Now I'm going to add in a few flowers just like that. And now it's time to fill in the dispensers. Of course, I would suggest you add a door so you can get in and out of here. Okay, so now to fill up these dispensers, what you want to do, if you're going to be filling them up with glass bottles, to start it off, you need to grab some bottles and place at least one in each slot. Well, no, at least 2 in each slot. But I'm just going to place like around 7 or something in each slot, roughly. 6, there we go. That is because then, once we put our glass bottles into the chest up here, they'll sort of evenly distribute between all of these, where if we just placed it in like this, hold on, you can see that'll just clog up in that corner and you'll have major issues because the honey will just refill back into this dispenser. So that's why we just got to start it off like that. Now with the shears, it doesn't really matter as much because you don't have that issue, but of course, just get started off by having 9 shears just like that, and then filling up your chest at the top with shears if you have a few extra, and same with the bottles. Now it's time to bring in the bees. Now, there's multiple ways you can get bees. One is with a lead, leading them with flowers, or even by getting the beehive. Of course, you can check out my other video on that one where I show you a tutorial on how to get it super easily. But now, just because I'm in credit, I'm going to spawn them in and you can see it in action. Bees. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now the reason why I'm spawning 6 in is because you need 3 per hive, and I've got 2 hives in here, so I need 6. Now of course, if you want to expand this, you cannot place your blocks directly next to it. As you can see, I cannot place my next 3 concrete, 1, 2, 3 like that, because otherwise the redstoning will be connected and we do not want that. So we're going to have to leave a 1 block gap and then place the next 3. And then we can go off and start our next beehive spot. Okay, so now you know how to build a fully automatic honey and honeycomb farm. So that is going to be the end of this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, and remember to subscribe if you're new. And I will see you guys later. Peace. Oh, and remember, stay carbonated.